Following your passion will definitely heal your soul. I was addicted to watching porn. I was addicted to, masturbating a lot. I was addicted to I had a binge eating disorder. I was so many bad habits I had. I would wake up like in the afternoon, all of that. So recovering from those kind of things, it required me to follow my creativity and follow my joys. By the way, I will tell you that I grew up in a very dysfunctional home. It was like sexual, verbal, physical abuse most of my life, and because of which I grew up to be a dysfunctional woman. And recovering from all of these required me to be extra gentle with myself. When you are recovering, I'm sharing this everything with you so that you can know like what it is like, the real picture of it. So firstly, I was very ashamed. I was ashamed to tell everybody like, hey, I have some issues. Like what I was actually not able to share was that I have been through so much in my life, so much in my childhood when I was not even ready to process these big feelings and all of that. I had nobody to go to and talk to. Nobody was there to guide me and all of that. So because of living in extreme loneliness for a prolonged period of my life and living in extreme abuse for like a really long period of my life, it damages our brain. Anyone's brain would get damaged, okay? So recovering from these kind of deep emotional injuries, it takes time. It does not happen overnight. It takes like over the years. And sometimes when you are in the process of recovering, it's like you have to learn how to think about yourself in a new way, because when you go through extreme traumas and all of that, emotional isolation, neglect, abuse, your core belief becomes I don't matter, I'm not worth it, my needs don't matter and all of that. So when you are recovering, it's a new brain that's forming, which is like healthy mind, like okay, I believe that I'm worthy, I know I am worthy because I'm existing and all of that. So to transform from all these core beliefs like I don't matter, it does not I'm not likable, I'm not lovable, I'm not enough, and why would anybody want to help me and things like that, to change from like okay, I am lovable, I am enough, it's a process. And it requires lot of gentleness. And sometimes, when we have self-destructive habits, like I said, like watching too much porn, binge eating disorder, and constantly procrastinating on my goals and everything, because I feel like I don't believe in myself, I feel like I am not worthy of it. If you had if you saw a lot of scarcity in your childhood, so then fixing our relationship with money and abundance and prosperity, that is another journey. All right. And I do not want to overwhelm you by sharing all this, because I only want to let you know that you need to be gentle and patient with yourself. At the same time, know that in this journey you are going to be fully supported. All right. And sometimes when you are recovering, you may recover and you will fall back, you will find yourself falling back into those habits. Like in 2019, I became vegan. I was like, because I really love animals, and it wasn't my choice to eat dairy or to eat like chicken and all of that, but I was forcefully fed in my home. I remember when I was a little girl, I said like, no, I don't want to eat this, but my uncle forcefully fed me. And then when you live in that environment, our eating habits are deeply rooted, what we saw growing up. And then there is this deep fear like, okay, if we change so much, will we be able to have connection? Because right now, so far in our lives, the way we could have connection was through like all these bad habits, because people around us were having the same habits, so we were having the same habits, so we could connect. Now when you are transforming, you will be going into new environments, new places, new set of people, and all that change, it's like literally a caterpillar becoming a butterfly. but it does not know that it's becoming a butterfly, so it's afraid like who it is going to be. So you're going to be a butterfly. Okay, if you want to bring high vibrational good energies into your life, you should definitely check out my magic paintings. When you keep my magic paintings around, so much good energy, high vibrational energy starts to flow into your life. First magic painting that I have is I am safe, I am supported. This painting is so powerful if you grew up in emotionally dysfunctional home where you felt unsafe, unsupported, unloved. This painting is going to make you feel so supported, so loved. The way I channeled it is in the same room where my mother had lived in when I was in her belly for 9 months, and I could feel the unsafety, unsupportedness that all the women in my lineage have been feeling, but I alchemized it. That's how I gave birth to this painting. And after this, I felt so powerful. I became super confident. And if you want confidence, then I have two other paintings, which is taking a leap of faith on myself and I am unapologetic. These two paintings are going to be making you so brave, so courageous, so confident. Like when I channeled them, I started my business, I started to wear what I like, I started to speak my heart out. Earlier I was so scared, I felt I don't belong, I felt very small and all of that. But after I channeled these paintings, I became so brave and so courageous. So 100% these paintings are like super powerful. And another painting, last painting that I have so far is God's ease, God's peace, God's goodness, God's prosperity effortlessly flowing in every area of my life. When I channeled this painting, I was looking to move into a new home, and I told God that I do not want to take any efforts. I want it to be done in such a ease way. Like moving should be easy, and like finding a new home should be easy as well. And guess what happened after that? The landlord herself texted me. I didn't put out any ads or something. She just like intuitively felt that she should tell me that her space is empty. Then I was like, hey, I want to move and things like that. And then I have a dog also, and she's like, yeah, I'm okay with dogs. So things happen very smoothly. The energy of this painting, God's ease, God's peace, God's goodness, God's prosperity, is that your material needs are going to be so easily met. Your need for money, food, home and all the other needs should be so easily met that you will have the time and the energy to give back more. When your needs are met, you easily want to give, right? You really want to give and inspire people, help people. So this is what this painting brings. I have canvas paintings, and a link of them is in the description. And if you want me to personally channelize magic painting for you, you can have a conversation with me through the email, which is like optimisticfairyjyoti@gmail.com. You just have to like send an email, hey, I am interested in making the customizing magic frequency painting, something like that, and I will take the conversation forward. And you just don't know it yet, and it might feel scary, but I want to remind you that you have the strength within you to feel the fear and still move ahead, to feel the pain of doing the hard things and still doing those hard things, saying no, setting strong boundaries. I was telling you about becoming a vegan. So yeah, I became vegan in 2019. I was letting go of my poor eating habits. Now recently when I went home after 3 years, I fall back for 20-25 days. I was again eating like dairy products and all of that. I was like, what happened? And I started being very harsh on myself. And I was like, it's okay. If I can overcome something once, I can overcome it again. I know I have that strength within me, and I'm going to. And then I was like, okay, and this time I'm going to be extra gentle with myself. I fall back. Now I want to get into healthy habits again, and the transformation requires gentleness and patience. So I'm going to have it. I'm not going to put too much pressure on myself to change everything. So like at the one time, like, okay, I'm going to develop self-care rituals, I'm going to eat right, I'm going to cook right, I'm going to like right now my focus is on YouTube, right? So when I'm focusing on it, like, okay, every single day I'm going to do it, I'm going to journal every day. Believe me when I say rest of the things like keeping my space clean and like gentle self-care and all of that, I fall back on that sometimes, okay? Because when you are focusing on one thing, you gotta praise yourself. Okay, if you are focusing on one thing and that thing is going right for you, and you're falling back in other things, it's okay, it's okay, you're gonna catch up slowly. You know, the strength to multitask and have everything together, it also comes with gentleness, and you're gonna get there. Right now, just slow gentleness. I wanted to inspire gentleness inside of you. I wanted to show you like the true recovery from, you know, if you have like toxic substance, like if you got addicted to toxic substance and all of that, creativity is gonna help you a lot. Like one of the things I remember I would do is, you know, I had this nudge of getting colors and start painting. I started to do that. I had this one nudge, like get a pen and start writing. I did write it. Then I suddenly, Artist Way, the book came my way, and it showed about the power of journaling, you know, writing our process and like writing our thoughts and everything every day. It literally moved me on the other side of the fear, other side of the self-doubt. How could this simple, you know, this simple thing be so powerful, of putting our pen on the paper, our thoughts on the paper? It was really mind-blowing, but it's so powerful. When I say, like, I was like literally low on self-confidence, oh my god, wow. And social anxiety, I was like, oh my god, I will, when I walk on, when I would go out on the road from my home, firstly I would be very scared to even go out. I would be like, okay, what if someone see me? How will I be able to get through all these awkward moments and all of that? How do I react with people and all of that? But it comes, you learn it. I remember one time I was telling myself that yes, it's going to be hard. When I go out, it's going to be hard. Someone will reject me, someone will so I may go through some embarrassing moment, but I will not let that stop me from going out. I will not let that stop me from showing up. And I will just, but because I know as I keep showing up, I'm going to learn to how to deal with embarrassment. And I also learned that, you know, people are really kind. This world is full of kind people, and this world is also have some very people who are not understanding and emotionally mature. Okay, but you will be surprised how kind people actually are, how understanding they are, how supportive they can be. And we live in fear, like, okay, everyone's a monster, because that was our reality for a very long period of our life. In our childhood, we grew up around people who literally behave like monsters. Our parents, our relatives and all of that, it was the reality for me. All right, and I know the people who are watching me grew up in the same environment. So we grew up around like cousins and relatives and parents. They were very emotionally immature. They were going against our well-being all the time. So we made it mean that people are bad and people are monsters. But people are kind, you know, people are really kind. And of course there are some people who are not so good. But this world is, this world, because I am in it, I am kind, you are in it, you are kind. And of course we have our own fears, but we are kind people, you know. World is full of kind people, and there is enough support for you in your recovery, everything, you know. Universe is gonna support you. And I'm saying I can like say it with 100% surety, because it happened in my life. Okay, and so I'm making this video to inspire hope and like solid inspiration within you, and to love you, to let you know, like, hey, you're not alone, I'm here for you. And this world has so much support for you, so much support for you. It's gonna blow your mind. Like you would be in doubt, like you will be doubting yourself, like, why was I even thinking that I'm alone, that I'm not supported, or that, you know, I will never have friends or things like that, you know. Or wherever you go, you'll meet unkind people. No, they're kind, generous, super generous people, loving people. And if you would like to book a one-on-one session with me to receive clarity on your next step, for intuitive guidance, and to move through your fears, anxieties, or if you need a boost of confidence, you can do it through the link in my description. I would love to support you. I would love to connect with you, guide you, support you. And if you are trapped in grief, worries, nervousness, or low self confidence, I'll help you. We will dive deep into these patterns, these limiting beliefs, and help you move through them.